Hey, what's up, everybody? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Oh, by the way, hold on. I got to put the light back there, set that ambiance because we're talking about love. What is love? That's right, girl. What is love? Okay. So let me get the mood right. Bingo. Hey. Um, listen, when you got these YouTube channels, you have to shit yourself. So, how are you? Don't forget, like and subscribe, Strunge. Don't be an ass. Just fucking give us a subscription, okay? We gotta get our subscription numbers up, all right? So, what is love? Have you ever been in love? No shit, no, seriously. Have you ever been in love? Like Celine Dion? Have you ever been in anyways? For me, it's a tough one. I would say I have loved women before. I've cared for women before. I had affection for women before, but I don't know. I mean, in love, I've never been in love. I think it depends on how you define it, right? But I certainly have loved women before, like I said, and cared, and you know, had many long-term relationships, been married, but I don't know. In love, to me, in love means like it's two parties. It's not just it's a dialogue, not a monologue. So it's the two people mutually love each other, are into each other, celebrate each other, not just accept each other. That's a low bar. I accept you. So I don't know. If that's the case, then I've never been in love. Anyways, what a hard life. So what is love though? What is love? Now, I would say, there's different kinds of love, right? I mean, you love your grandparents, you love your mother, your father, you love your brother, your sister, you love your cousin, you love your friends, you love your girlfriend or boyfriend, you love your wife or husband. Those are all different types of love. So, but for today, I'm talking about romantic love. So your boyfriend, girlfriend, or your husband or wife, your fiance, whatever. That's the type of love I'm talking about. So let's get into it. I just drank hot cocoa, so now I got the. Anyways, you like hot cocoa? So we're in the month of love here, February, because Valentine's Day is coming. But so I think for starters, right? I think sometimes people mistake, and I know I have in the past. People mistake lust for love, and uh, so uh, if you're dating somebody for 2 weeks 3 weeks, of course you're gonna be like, she's the fucking best. Oh my god, I love her. She's perfect. Like my nana sauce. Fuck god, she's perfect. And the girls, oh, he's amazing. Oh my god, he's everything I ever wanted. You've been with him for 3 weeks. I mean, you're probably having a ton of sex. You're out there whining and dining, and in the movies and the TV, and you're in the restaurants, and you're clubbing, and you're spending money. You're at the beach, you're skiing, you're watching movies, you're having more sex. Of course, you think you're in love. So that's not love. Now you could say, but I know someone love at first sight. Here we go. You mean lust at first sight? Now it may turn into love, and then you think it was love at first sight. That's correlation, not causation. But true love, you cannot know it right away. Love, like Mariah Carey said, love takes time. It does. You got to go through some shit because everybody can be in quote unquote love for the first couple of weeks, first couple of months. Like I said, you're hanging and banging, you're having sex or whatever, you're making out, kissy kissy. You only see each other on the weekends. Everything's perfect. I don't got to fucking live with this person. You know what I mean? So I think that lust. Now, if you really want to know if you have true love, don't have sex for a month with the person you're dating. Then you're gonna see. So, especially in the beginning. So I think there's some good things about waiting. I think it's and listen. You're two consenting adults. You want to have sex on the first date, second date, first week, whatever you do, But I think that clouds the vision. And if you're looking for someone seriously, I'm not saying don't have sex, but maybe at some point take a break and say, let's calm the jets down a little bit. Do we really have something, or is it just we're hanging and banging? So I would say because love takes time. Love um, love is, it takes ups and downs. So it takes, I don't know, man, years, and it depends on also how long are you with the person, because you could say, "Oh, I've been with that person a year now." Okay, you've been with them 365 days, 24/7? No. I know someone who was with somebody, they said a year, and I asked them, "Well, how long, how often do you see your girl?" "Once a month. I see her once a month." And over a year? So you've seen your girl 12 times? You call that a year? You know what I'm saying? Or someone could say, "Yeah, I've been with the person for 3 months," but you see them every single day. Then that person spent more time with my friend who's been with that girl once a month for a year. You know what I'm saying? So the actual hour, days, you shouldn't really ask. When you ask how long, you should probably ask, like, how many days have you been with the person? How, because yeah, it's a little bit murky and tricky. So, but it takes time. And the thing is, there's an old saying: you don't know someone until you fight them. And I'm not saying go out there and fist fight, but argue, or go through bad times. That's when you're going to see if you have love, because pressure makes diamonds. Wind resistance makes a bird fly. Not no pressure, no wind. So not that you want to start a fight, you don't, but it takes some downs, because it's easy to be in love when you got money in your hand, and everyone's sexy, and you got a lot of money, and no one's arguing, everyone's healthy, you're on vacation. That's easy. But what's going to happen when maybe someone gets hurt physically or sick, or you have to step up and help them? Maybe they lost their job, or maybe they got injured, or maybe they have to help their family. Are you going to be there to help their parents or grandparents, somehow take them shopping, or so? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to step up for that person? And you don't know that in the first couple of weeks when you're hanging and banging. So I think that you have to go through some shit. Maybe that person disappoints you. You get into an argument about something, whatever, and it's, how do you resolve that, and how do you go through that? And then you start to see the person's got this little quirk and that little quirk. Are you down with that? Are you okay with that? Or are you going to be like, "I accept you"? Then you don't dump the person. But if you're like, "You know what? I love you, honey, despite the fact that it drives me crazy when you do that little thing, when you do this or that." Wow, that's a keeper. You know what I mean? Because we all have those little idiosyncrasies and quirks about us. So, you know, um, yeah, and it takes time though. You're not going to really know that in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So, and you got to go through some shit, and um, yeah. So maybe you have to go through some deaths, too. Like maybe the person lost their parent, or a cousin, or a brother or a sister, or you know and you see how they handle that stuff. Are they there for you? I know I had someone dump me, uh, because not to get into my whole story, but I had someone that dumped me. We were dating early on, and she had dumped me because, um, I had lost my son, and so it was, I guess, too overwhelming for her. We weren't together very long, a couple weeks, and part of me understands that. It's like, I get it. She didn't sign up for this. She's not even really, barely my girlfriend. And 2 or 3 weeks in, or whatever it was, you know, she's like, "Oh my god," like, she's get this atomic bomb on her, and so I get that, and so she let me go, and I was like, "All right, sucks, but I wish she would have been different." I wish she would have been like, "Hey, I'm here for you. I got you. Don't worry about it. Like, we'll get through this." Like, wow, that would have been a keeper. You know what I mean? At the same time, I don't blame her. Like, I get it. It's a big, big thing, and now that's on your lap too, or not. And she chose to step away. And so, the old saying, "Know thyself." She knew she couldn't handle that, and I respect her for that. And she's a good person. I wish her the best, but you know, that's unfortunate. And again, nobody wants to lose their kid. I get that. I'm not saying that should happen, but my point is, you don't really know someone. Now, my thing was an extreme case, but nonetheless, you don't know someone until you quote unquote fight them, until you go through a difficult thing with them, and in a way, it was a filter. It's like, okay, I know that when the shit gets real, that chick would never be down with for anybody. But then again, like I said, to be fair to her, maybe if we were dating for 7 years and that happened, maybe a different story. Whatever, like I said, I appreciate her honesty, and that's that. But my point is, back to it, you have to go through some shit with people, whether it be minor or medium level, or big stuff, whatever it is. But you got to go through stuff, and that is when you find love. Might and or duration of time with somebody. Like you're together 3 years, 4 years, and you go through life's things together. It's like, ah, boy, I got laid off, or whatever. My car broke down. Can you pick me up? Like, little things that you help. Can I cook? You cook for me. I cook for you. Like little things like that. Or so I think that's how that's true love. And true love is an emotion, yes, but it's also action. Because sometimes you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this for this person, but I love them. Fuck it, I'll do it. That's true love too. True love is action, not just, oh, if I feeling butterflies. Like you're not going to feel butterflies forever. It's not always going to feel like the first 3 weeks of a relationship. Once you get into 3 years or 30 years, I mean, so what now? So that's love. Love is that action, that commitment, because you do have something good together. Obviously, I mean, I've been in relationships where it wasn't good, and no matter how much commitment and hard work you do, you know what I mean. You're never going to feel love. That's not good either. But I'm saying if you got something with that man or woman, and you know the similarities are there, the same general mindsets are there, the same general feelings about money are there, same general feelings about family are there, same general feelings about all the big important stuff are there, and you're clicking and you get along, and that's something to try to keep, even when times get bad. But you need those times to get bad, unfortunately. And again, I'm not saying death and destruction, although that could happen. But that's how you know when love is. When you've been through the fire, whether it's a little fire, medium fire, or big fire. So I think love takes time. Mariah Carey said it. She knows. What else? The so I would also say this about love. Enjoy love when you have it, because no matter whether it's platonic love, family love, romantic love, your love, my love for that person, I don't care who it is, mom, dad, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, it's going to stop. It's going to end. It's going to change. And I'm not just talking about death, that someone would die first. Of course, there's that. But for instance, let's talk about friend love. Like I have or had friends that I loved, like, yeah, man, I love you. What's up, bro? Or whatever, platonic female friend. And we were friends for whatever it is, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 15 years, whatever. But now we're really not friends anymore. And there was no argument, no nothing. It's just it ran its course, and what we had was good when we had it. And that's it. I think that's happened to a lot of us. And it's kind of sad, but what I've learned is enjoy the love, so to speak, when you got it, because it won't last forever. And either through just fading away, or divorce, or breaking up with your girlfriend, boyfriend, or death, or whatever it is, nothing lasts forever. So the love that you have, even if it's just, I dated a girl recently, a while back. It was just a month long, and I would do it over again if it was just a month. If I had to rewind my life, totally would do it again. We had a great time. I felt love. She felt love. It was about a month. And I knew, thank God I had the wisdom. I said, I'm going to enjoy this month. I'm going to enjoy this day, whatever it was, right? I didn't know how long it was going to last when we first started, but I said, wow, I really like her. And we even had a conversation about that. I was like, hey, wherever it goes, it goes. If we're together for a day, if we're together for 30, 40 years, cool. Like, I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm glad I did. I enjoyed the month. I didn't know it was going to be a month. It wound up being a month. And then we just broke up. Nothing bad happened, actually. It wasn't like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Like, no, it was just, it ran its course, and so we just parted ways, and so, but I'm glad I had the wisdom, because I wouldn't have appreciated that if I was in my 20s or 30s. Now, my 50s, I'm like, I take everything as I'm in the moment, I'm appreciating it, I'm all in, like, just enjoying. And we stay together for a day, I'm enjoying the date, if it's just a date. Or we're going to be together for 40 years. I'm going to enjoy that. You know what I mean? But it's going to end. That's my point. So enjoy it while you have it. And I've made that mistake where so many times I did not fully enjoy the love I had from a relative or a friend or a romantic partner. And it's like, shit, I got so caught up in, what if this, what if that, what if this, or I have to do this, I have to do that. How come we can't do it? Like, and I just forgot to enjoy. I didn't, So now, life teaches us hard lessons. And so I've learned, enjoy that meal with that person, enjoy that phone call with that person, enjoy making love to that person. It might be the last time. And I'm not talking about death per se, although that could happen, but it could be just a breakup. It could be we just faded away. Like enjoy that phone call with that friend because maybe they'll just kind of fade away and they're not dead, but they just, I don't know. Like I've had a couple friendships like that where they just faded away. I was like, I mean, I could call those people, but it's just like, I guess we changed. And that's okay because I always say if everything lasts forever, it's cheap. But because everything is finite, it's so precious and we should relish that because it means something. It is something. It's beautiful. I don't want everything to last forever because then it means nothing. It's plastic. But when something is rare, it's a diamond. When something is in that moment, you absorb it. You relish it. You know, it's everything. It's like having your favorite food. If you had it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, 7 days a week, all the time, every time, all the time, every time, like it wouldn't be your favorite food anymore. You'd be like, yeah, because you only get it maybe once a month or once a year or once every 5 years, whatever it is, right? Oh, it means so much more to you. So that's love, I think. Let's just enjoy what we have, you know. Even like my parents are very old now and they're, like a lot of our parents, they're starting to, wither away in natural life, trajectory. And I try to tell myself, like, enjoy the moments, man. Just, they don't have any acute diseases. They're not going to like die any second, but they're in their 80s at this point. So we're pretty damn close, and they're not, even if they were in amazing health, and my point is, they got, the average American lives till 79. So my parents, I think, are either 79 or 80. And, yeah, so, I try to tell myself, yeah, let me try to not be such a scutch. Let me not be such a pain in the ass, like, just, whatever. I'm abrupt. I gotta go. Or like I can't do it. I don't have time. Like I've gotten wise, and I try to, yeah, enjoy even like getting my father or mother a cup of coffee. Like, I just like look at the cup and say, this is for my parents, and I give it to them and enjoy something simple like that. Where years ago, like, hey, here's the coffee. Have a good day. Bye. And now I'm just like, I hope you enjoy the coffee, mom and dad. Like, enjoy that love because it's going to be gone, whether it's a year or 10 years. Maybe my parents will live till the 90s, or maybe they'll live to their 90s, but they won't be cognizant by 86 years old. You know what I mean? So, like, that love will dwindle and pass away. So, enjoy it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Like my parents aggravate me with their fucking craziness, and I'm sure I aggravate them. But, it's just like, yeah, you know what? I love you, and it's all good. And yeah, so it's not a bad thing, it's a beautiful thing if you can capture that moment. So that's what I mean. Like even when I DJ, because I'm DJ Anthony, right? Like I make sure I stop sometimes in the DJ booth and I just look around and absorb the party and just not be consumed with, mixing and scratching and on the computer, just like stop and look around. And even when the party's over and everyone's gone and we're packing up the equipment, I'll stop, I'll drop my bags and just look at the empty room and say, man, I love this. And this is, because there's going to be a day where I won't be able to do this anymore. And so to stop, smell the roses, stop, even the mundane, like enjoy the traffic. I don't know about you. Remember during COVID here in the New Jersey area, during COVID, I was still working and the highways were barren. The highways, nothing was on the highways. And I remember driving on the highways and I was like, oh, that was great. No traffic. But it was spooky. It was eerie. It was dark. It was sad, kind of. And I remember when life came back in around 2022 or so, and like, the traffic's back on the highways. I used to hate, but I'm like, there's life back, And now I say I'm never going to bitch about traffic again because it was really dark, cold, and scary, kind of being on a highway by myself where there was no cars around. You know what I mean? So just like enjoy what we have while we have it, because enjoy that love. When you make love, when you have sex with the one you love, stop for a second, or you know what I'm saying, or just enjoy it. Really be in the moment and take time to hold each other and really appreciate what you have because it will be gone. So anyways, thanks everybody. What is love? I want to hear from you. Give me on the comment section. Hit me up. What is love? I'm signing this out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Got you.